These kids are more than one single Beastar.
Yeah, they're Beastars.
After a hefty 1-year wait between part 1 and 2, Beastars' final season has finally concluded, and I didn't really like it. To put this video into perspective, I watched Beastars a month before the first half of the final season dropped, and I really did love it. When it first came out 6 years ago, 6 years, 2020 was 6 years ago, it kind of flew under my radar. It's not that I went out of my way to not watch it, but I feel like I subconsciously decided it was a show I was never going to check out. But in recent years, I've become much more open, so I randomly decided I'd watch it after seeing the banger opening again and had a great time. The characters and story of Beastars are so masterfully done. But despite loving Beastars so much, when the credits rolled on the final episode, I was left feeling kinda annoyed, to be honest. So in this video, I'm going to briefly ramble about my problems with the ending of Beastars' final season. Honestly, the funniest thing about this half of the season is that you may not notice what's wrong with it for most of the runtime. I remember enjoying my time watching it until I got to like episode 10 and wondered how the hell they were going to wrap up everything with the time they had left. There are a lot of characters doing a lot of things in this season. It's really hard to keep track of it all. Legoshi, Louis, Melon, Haru, the drama club, it's crazy, bro. Like I said, I was enjoying these plots, but when you only got 12 episodes, it's kind of hard to juggle everything and give it all a satisfying conclusion. This all clicks when you reach the credits in episode 11 and realize Legoshi still has to catch Melon and clear his name because he's a wanted criminal. We still haven't concluded Louis' thoughts and feelings towards Juno. Also, I found it really funny that Louis said he's gonna fight with Legoshi in the turf war, but while Legoshi is genuinely getting his ass beat, he's nowhere to be found. I genuinely thought he meant he was going to literally fight with him, bro.
And you and me, we've got this.
This play the drama club has been planning, the state of the black market after this turf war, the turf war itself, how the hell are we gonna wrap that up? I would also like to remind the court that these things I just mentioned aren't even all the subplots, and they only have 24 minutes to conclude everything satisfyingly. So one has to wonder how they're going to do it, and once the final episode concludes, you have your answer. They aren't going to conclude everything satisfyingly. I think where we started losing the plot a bit was when Legoshi gets accused of killing the workers at the tattoo place. Yaya knows he didn't do it and could very easily tell everyone, but he just doesn't until the last episode. Why? The last episode is actually such a mess. My neck was hurting from the whiplash of how fast paced it was and how much we were cutting between these scenes. This season probably would have benefited from just not having this turf war plot at all. They skipped past most of it anyway. The whole ordeal feels way too fast. I couldn't get invested in either of the plots going on because all I was thinking about was the fact that this episode was only 24 minutes and the ending was going to feel proper unsatisfying. I found Melon's conclusion to be very anticlimactic. I don't dislike Melon as a character. I like that he's presented as essentially pure evil and irredeemable, and I enjoy basically all his scenes. His voice actor is really good. But I wanted to see Legoshi triumphantly defeat Melon, not get his ass beat and then have Melon lose to a poison developed 2 episodes ago. When the credits rolled on episode 12, oh my gosh, I wish I would have been recording my reaction. I could not believe they did the play they spent all that time building up off screen. You guys wouldn't believe the disbelief on my face when I saw Juno and Louis had the conversation we've been building up to all season off screen. We only see them parting ways. We've been building this up the whole season, yet no explanation, no nothing. I personally don't mind Louis and Juno not getting together, but you have to give us a reason. We've established Louis is only into carnivores, and his fiancée said she was fine with their relationship staying strictly business. This leads one to believe that he'll get with Juno, but nope, he decides not to and we're left in the complete dark about it. What about the black market? Shishigumi don't even get a passing mention in the credits. Who cares, I guess? Jack had that really emotional scene earlier on where he confides in Legoshi about how much he's struggling mentally. But I don't even think they bother telling us what happens to him after. He's narrating over the credits and he's in them briefly, but he doesn't even get a conclusion. I really don't want this video to come across as me saying the season was terrible or anything. I do think there is a lot to like here. Although it's not related to the actual content of the episodes, the opening and ending go incredibly hard. This is standard for Beastars, and this season does not break that trend at all. I was happy to see Haru getting some screen time in the second half. In season 2 and the first half of this season, she really isn't given much to do at all. Since she's one of my favorite characters, it was really nice to see her actually involved in the plot again. And just in general, I was really enjoying a lot of the plots going on in this season, but I can't help but wonder how much better it would be if we just trimmed down how much focus some of them got or just removed them entirely. Like, if we weren't going to see this play, I don't know why we spent so much time building it up. It just feels like a waste now. That could have been time spent concluding the storylines we've been building up for 24 episodes. Yes, despite everything, the ending scene is cute. I did have a smile on my face while watching it. It's cool that Legoshi and Haru presumably have a happy and healthy relationship, but they aren't the only characters in this show, and they know that. Beastars' strongest aspect has always been its characters. Overall, I'm not going to say Beastars is now a dumpster fire and not worth watching. Absolutely not. Those first 2 seasons are genuinely amazing, and I still have a very high opinion of them. I find the ending to be unsatisfying and underwhelming, but honestly, I don't think it's enough to ruin the whole show or anything like that. If you, for some reason, are watching this video and haven't seen it, I still highly recommend you give it a chance. I still love it despite my sour thoughts on how it concluded. I did just spend 5 minutes spoiling the ending, but as far as I'm concerned, there isn't much ending to spoil anyways.
These kids are more than one single Beastar.
Yeah, they're Beastars.
Say that again.